I'd like to read a statement from CORE. As a system, the United States was built on white supremacy and continues to have white supremacy as its primary functioning ideology. As a program, CORE advocates for formerly incarcerated and system-impacted people. We cannot separate conversations of mass incarceration from systemic anti-Black racism, since Black communities are predominantly affected by over-policing, hyper-criminalization, harsh sentencing, and police violence. The only way to make change is to challenge white supremacy in all its shapes and forms. Therefore, CORE stands in solidarity with Black Lives Matter. CORE stands in solidarity with Black uprisings for liberation throughout the so-called United States that are fighting to dismantle white supremacy in whatever ways they see fit. And no, neither you nor I, nor anyone else can tell Black folks what their resistance should look like, ever. CORE stands in solidarity with all programs at PCC that continue to fight against white supremacy. UGMA, Blackademia, Amend, and TABE, to name a few. CORE stands in solidarity with all Black African American faculty, staff, and students. Now is the time to listen. Next comes action. If CORE can be of support to any of our Black African American brothers, sisters, gender nonconforming, or non-binary folks, we are more than willing and we are ready. Some ways we can be of support right now and moving forward were outlined in the students' call to action shared at the listening forum on the unarmed murders of Black people last week. I'll read them now. 1, need to make students feel more welcome, acknowledgement from campus. 2, more resources for Black students, more space, not a hidden office, and make resources more known and visible on campus. Larger, more visible Black Student Success Center, for example. More participation from staff and faculty at our events and outside event engagement. More allies to speak up for us when we are and not around. Recognize our trauma and take our pain seriously. Don't wait until another tragic event before helping Black students. Action versus reaction. Make the change ongoing. Hire more Black faculty and staff. More funding for Black programs. More courses reflecting our lived experience and not just during Black History Month. And more current examples of successful historical figures. Hire more equity-minded faculty and staff. Require microaggression and equity training for currently tenured, soon to be tenured, and newly hired faculty. And last, don't make us an afterthought. Make helping Black students intentional like any other students. And I turn the mic over to Anthony Francoso to introduce the program.
Right on. Thank you so much for those words, Laura. I am ridiculously proud of our students. They are succeeding amongst or amidst 2 pandemics. The first pandemic being systemic racism and anti-Blackness, the second being COVID-19. And even through all this, they continue to show their resilience and thrive. We started off today with a land acknowledgement, respecting the original stewards of this land. We also wanted to state our solidarity with Black folks nationwide, as well as solidarity with Black students, Black colleagues, and Black comrade programs. Collectively, we need to challenge anti-Blackness at all levels. At the micro level, we need to consistently check ourselves, our actions, and our own privileges. At the meso level, build institutions focused on equity. And at the macro level, challenge white supremacy at the systemic level, both nationally and globally. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Dr. Anthony Francoso. I am faculty in Sociology and Ethnic Studies and the coordinator for the CORE program. CORE stands for Community Overcoming Recidivism Through Education and is PCC's reentry program, designed to empower formerly incarcerated and system-impacted people. One of the primary goals of CORE is to advocate for our scholars in ways that are important to them. We also hope that students develop the ability to advocate for themselves and eventually the larger reentry community. Now, CORE can only exist with the support of our advocates for equity and justice. CORE advocates go above and beyond for our students. The emails, the announcements, the reminds, the texts, the many, many phone calls. Ask any of our scholars, and I am sure they can attest to this. So I want to introduce our advocates and our staff and our supporters. First, I want to introduce our academic counselor, Rohan Desai, who meets all of our students and provides them with academic guidance that goes above and beyond. Rohan is also a faculty advisor for FIRST, formerly Incarcerated Radical Scholars Team, which is our student organization. Another close ally of ours is Dr. Nicholas Hatch, professor in kinesiology, also a faculty advisor for FIRST. I want to introduce our advocates. We have Maritza Salazar. I don't know if y'all can see our advocates. You should have pictures of them. Maritza Salazar, who is working with Pathways and us, and who is entering a doctoral program this summer. Randy Hernandez, who works in collaboration with CORE and the VRC and is in a master's program for education at Cal State LA. We have Alex Ruvalcaba, who is also in a master's program at UCR for business, one of our CORE advocates that we love to death. Ariana Resendi, who is a CORE advocate and also an MA student in sociology at Cal State LA. And of course, Laura Electa Hayes, with whom the program would not have been in existence, with whom carries a lot of the load. And I'm deeply honored to have her at my side, and deeply honored to have all of the CORE advocates and allies at our side. It's only possible that we can do this work because of all of them that give as much to our students that I can, can only ask and wish that they could. They go above and beyond, y'all. At CORE, our principal practice is to build a team so strong that you cannot tell who the leader is. Each one of these advocates is as strong as the next. Each one is a leader in their own right. I'm so proud of them. It has been a blessing alongside to work side of them. And I want them to know again that this program would not be as strong without their very hard work and dedication. So as we move forward with the program, we're gonna have a few special invited guests who are gonna say a few words. Then we're gonna have our keynote speaker, Luis Rodriguez. Then our alumni speaker, Gabriela Solo Sarno. Then we're gonna recognize the transferring students, then recognize the continuing students. Then we're gonna award scholarships. Then FIRST, formerly Incarcerated Radical Scholars Team, is going to say a few words. Then we have a special video from Las Cafeteras, and then we will wrap it up. Really quick event housekeeping. It might be a long event, we're not really sure, but please feel free to get up, to stretch, to use the restroom, to get drinks, to grab a snack, whatever you all need. We're gonna have timekeepers who are kind of watching to make sure that we get through this quickly, and to hurry myself up, because I tend to take up way too much space. So if you are given the opportunity to speak, please pay attention to the chat, because one of our advocates will be telling you, hurry, 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 hurry. And if you can, please mute yourself so that we have the ability to hear everybody. I also want to do a really quick scan of the room and introduce our students to some folks on here that we will be working in solidarity with. So everyone, Dr. Hatch, who I've briefly mentioned earlier. We have Trustee Tammy Silver, who is absolutely amazing. We have ally Patrick Rock, who's in the psych division. We have Carol Calandra from the VRC. Juan Pablo, can you raise your hand? So CORE is working together with Puente to be able to offer a CORE and Puente specific SOC 1 class that will be available in fall. We have Dr. Maris Tamayo, who puts a lot of work in behind the scenes for CORE. Really quick. And I see Jesse Fernandez, who has also been instrumental as part of this program, now a student up at Berkeley. I see Catherine Lamar, also in Psych, and Marina Gonzalez. Thank you all for coming through and supporting, serving as allies. A lot of the work that we do here wouldn't be possible without you. I see a lot of community members and a lot of our community partners. Anne-Marie Beck, I see up there. And there's a number of you. So I really appreciate you all being here to come through and support our students. So let me briefly start with a very short introduction. So the first special guest speaker we want to have come through is our very own Dr. Endri Jonas, who is the superintendent president of our wonderful college, Pasadena City College.
Well, thank you very much for that introduction. Thanks. And the first thing I want to do is say, I don't think I'm the special guest here. I think you're all the special guests because you're graduating and if you're not graduating, you're continuing on. And you are a true testament to what the California community colleges are supposed to do. We are supposed to help 100% of high school graduates or anybody else who exists, who needs us, who wants to be here, who wants to move ahead, who wants to transfer, who wants a job, who wants anything. And that includes all of you. And so I'm really honored to say congratulations to everyone. Congratulations for beginning a process and working with all of these amazing advocates, with Dr. Francoso and all of his energy and everybody. I mean, I could go ahead and name everybody he just named, so just consider you all named again. It wouldn't be possible. The old adage, it takes a village. You're like a perfect example of the village of PCC that helped get you through this process and on to what comes next. And I remember coming to the graduation last year and hearing Gabriella speak, thinking about what an exciting year she was about to have. And I think we're going to hear about what an exciting year she just had. And so I hope that all of you today listen intently, because you're going to be her a year from now, and I'm going to see you in person come back and tell your story, because much of this is about story after story after story. And what we do as an educational institution is we weave those stories together, and you become the fabric of what is the history of Pasadena City College. So again, congratulations to all of you special guests at this amazing ceremony. Thank you for including me, and I just wish you the best. Remember that you're Lancers for life.
Thank you, Dr. Endri Jonas. My name is Rohan Desai. I'm a counselor for the core program at PCC. Proud to be the counselor for the core program at PCC. I just want to congratulate every single one of you. This is your moment. This is why we do what we do, to watch you all be successful, to support you through the process. I'm going to be introducing our Vice President of Student Services, Dr. Cynthia Olivo, who has been nothing but supportive throughout this entire process. Without her support, this would not be possible. So Dr. Olivo, we thank you on behalf of CORE and FIRST for listening to our students and providing them a space and a community of support.
Thank you very much. And I also echo Dr. Endri Jonas and just say that I'm so proud of each and every one of you. I remember several years ago meeting with Ariana, and Ariana shared her story of how she went through PCC not telling anybody about her former incarcerated experience, except for her sociology teacher. And I left that meeting with Ariana wondering how many more students are out there keeping this to themselves due to the stigma that society places on individuals with this experience. And how many students could we help if we created a college and a program and a space where you could share and we could learn together and we can build support together. And so this is just incredible. to see every single one of you on this screen, and to know that together we've co-created something so amazing and transformative. I love to see Gabby on the screen, and you know, just to see Ariana now in a master's degree program, and Jesse, you know, finishing your first year after transferring. It's just incredible, and we can do anything when we work together like this. And I loved that you said, Anthony, you started with, you know, this anti-colonialistic view, right? That this work is done by everyone such that you don't even know who's the leader, because everyone is building it together. And I just want you to continue to do that. And together we're going to make this even more incredible for each and every one of our students. You deserve it, and keep going forward. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Olivo. My name is Ariana Resendi, and I am a PCC former student, also formerly incarcerated student. And I just thank PCC for everything that they've done for me, that now I could be an advocate for people that I'm just so passionate about. And so with that, I want to introduce Dr. Micaela Mares Tamayo, who has advocated humbly for our program. We thank her for her leadership and commitment to our program. And we are just so proud to have her as our leader. And we thank her for everything that she has done. Dr. Micaela.
Thank you, Ari. Good afternoon, everyone. Buenas tardes a todas, todos, todequis, a todos los familiares que estén aquí con nosotros y están escuchando. Gracias por estar aquí con nosotros y apoyar a sus estudiantes, a sus familiares. Thank you to all the family members too who may be here listening and supporting their students. You know, I think that it's important to know that for so much of us as students, as staff, and as faculty, we really have this in our blood. Like, this is part of our DNA, to be in community together, to be working for justice, to create a world that we know is possible. I know for myself, my mom, when she first started teaching, she was assigned an intervention class at Hollenbeck Middle School. And so she was there with the junior Rough Riders who were gang affiliated and who also had been marked as the school as in need of an intervention before they got pushed out. And 37 years of a career later, that continued to be the most formative class that impacted the rest of her career as an educator and impacted my career as an educator, scholar, practitioner. And so I thank everyone who's here today, especially the students, and also the staff and the faculty allies who are with us throughout this work. The Chicana feminist author Gloria Anzaldúa wrote, "The possibilities are endless once we decide to act and not react." And I think that's the beauty of CORE, is that CORE is a place of action, that it is a place where there is that continued movement for humanity, for justice, and for all of the possibilities that every single one of you carry within you. So thank you so much, Ari. Thank you for that beautiful intro. And I'm very excited and so looking forward to the rest of this afternoon. Thank you.
And thank you for all, for the three of you for sharing the kind words and for helping to open up the today's ceremony. So I will be introducing our keynote speaker, Luis Rodriguez. So in introducing Luis, like, what do you say about someone who's done so much work? So I tried to put something together last night. It is a privilege to have Luis Rodriguez with us here today. He has been and continues to be one of Los Angeles' longest and most important community leaders. For 50 years, Luis has been the voice for economically exploited, gang-involved, and formerly incarcerated peoples. His writings and political work have guided communities forward towards self-actualization, self-determination, and community empowerment. Luis started writing in 1980 for multiple East LA-based publications, including Chisme Arte, a Chicano art journal based out of the famed Self-Help Graphics. Since then, Luis has written 15 books, including the multi-award winning book, Always Running, which is also known as the most checked out book from public libraries, but also known as the most stolen. So he's written that book all the way to his latest book, From Our Land to Our Land, Essays, Journeys, and Imaginings of a Native Chicanx Writer. Luis has also penned political articles and poems, which have appeared in the New York Times, LA Times, US News and World Report, Chicago Reporter, The Nation, American Poetry Review, and the list just goes on and on and on. Luis has also supported people inside and outside of the incarceration system. He has spent many years doing gang intervention in Los Angeles and throughout the United States. He helped broker truces with Chicano gangs in the 1970s and the 1980s, broker truces between the Bloods and the Crips in South Central shortly after the '92 uprisings, as well as between Chicano and Central American gangs in the early 90s and between Black and Brown gangs in the late 90s. In El Salvador, in the mid-90s, he helped establish the first gang truce between members of Mara Salvatrucha and 18th Street. And in 2012, Luis was part of a transnational advisory group in El Salvador to assess, advise, and assist a gang-led peace truce, again between MS-13 and 18th Street. Luis has also worked inside the prison industrial complex, facilitating writing workshops and readings in both prisons and juvenile detention centers. Luis has facilitated these workshops inside San Quentin, Soledad, Folsom, Chino, Lancaster, and the list goes on, as well as multiple juvenile detention centers and halls throughout Northern, Central, and Southern California. He has also done this work in almost every single state throughout the United States, as well as globally inside prisons in Mexico, in El Salvador, in Guatemala, in Argentina, in Italy, and England. As if that's not enough, Luis Rodriguez in 2014 was noted as the Los Angeles Poet Laureate, I think that's how you say it. He currently sits on the steering committee for the National Poor People's Campaign, which is an extension of the work of the great Dr. Martin Luther King. And for the last 20 years, with his wife, Trini, he has been running Tia Chucha's Cultural Center and Bookstore in Sylmar. So without further ado, it's my pleasure to introduce my friend, my mentor, and my comrade, Mr. Luis Rodriguez.
Thank you all. I'm honored to be here. And I first of all want to give congratulations to all the graduates and everybody. I want to start by resonating with what we talked about earlier about what's going on in the moment that we're in. And I have to go back to my own history. People know my story, but you all know that I lost 5 people to police violence growing up in the barrios of the San Gabriel Valley. And I want to mention them because I think it's important. I was 10 years old. My good friend, Anthony Gutierrez, we were playing basketball. We broke into the elementary school playing basketball. The police came up, yelled at us, started climbing the fence to get us. And my friend said, run. I said, why? Because they're going to beat us up. I was 10 years old. I kind of already knew that, but I wasn't quite there. So we ran. He ended up dying by climbing the cafeteria, somehow got into the roof, got into the cafeteria, was running across the rooftop and fell through a skylight and ended up dying. Another good friend of mine, one of my best friends, Miguel Robles, was killed when he was 17 years old. He was killed in his living room, unarmed, by a sheriff's deputy in South San Gabriel. And they killed him and shot his brother in the head, both of them unarmed. And that police officer was exonerated because we made marches. The Brown Berets were involved. It became a big case for the Chicano movement, but it didn't matter. He got exonerated. And I think a year later, the same police officer had shot and killed a Black guy in Duarte. 2 of my best friends in the barrio were killed when they were 18. One was Daniel Indio Cabrera, and the other one was Ruben Sharky Martinez. Sharky Martinez was my closest homie. I was very close to him. He was a very important homie. I loved him. As you all know, I was on heroin. We used heroin. We did everything that you do in the barrio, but we were very close. And he was one of these kind of, I would say, semi-homeless homies because his family didn't want him. So he was in the street all the time. So he used to come, and I was living in the street too, but then I took over the garage, a room in the garage where my family couldn't see me and they didn't want anything to do with me. And he used to hang with me all the time. And I remember one time we just had a little campfire in the backyard and started telling stories. And then my mom, who didn't want anything to do with me, came out with some carnitas. Can you imagine? It was quite beautiful. I was very close to Ruben, very close to my homie. And he was killed by sheriff's deputies. Him and Indio shot together, unarmed, in the front house of Indio's house. So, and also I have to mention David Dominguez, who was from a rival gang, Sangra. But by then, in the mid-70s, I was already working with gangs. I was already doing gang truce, and I was already working with gang kids, trying to get them out of that life. I was already myself out of that life, so I was helping as many as I could. As many of you know, I'm formerly incarcerated as well. Jails in San Gabriel Valley, East LA, Juvenile Hall, Central Juvenile Hall, and 2 adult facilities. But I got out early enough so that I started helping others. And I was working in Boyle Heights, I was working in City Terrace, I was working in all kinds of neighborhoods, and even in Echo Park and other neighborhoods there. And we were working with these kids coming out of the campo, whatever campo it was, because there was so many of them. And we started training them, give them study groups, give them knowledge, give them awareness. We're teaching them political knowledge and all this social justice, everything. We're giving anything we could. And one of them was David Dominguez, 18 years old at the time, a kid from my so-called enemy. They're not my enemies anymore, but he was kidnapped by a San Gabriel police officer. And you guys should look up the case. Billy Joe McAvey was the police officer. It was the first time, well, he ended up kidnapping and shooting them up with shotgun and other weapons. He was shot 9 times. And he was arrested, and they actually got him for the murder of David Dominguez. And he might have been the first police officer in the history of the state of California to be gotten for murder for killing somebody. I think the guy that killed Oscar Grant might have been the second guy. I'm not sure. Do some little history. But anyway, David Dominguez was a really beautiful brother who shouldn't have been killed and kidnapped even. It got really bad. Anyway, I carry those names with me of people who died by police violence. And to me, so this is very important. I've been involved in this struggle for a long time. I was 11 years old when the Watts Rebellion happened. Watts was my old neighborhood. It was the first neighborhood I moved to. We were there when I moved from Mexico till I was 2 years old till I was 8 years old. It was my first neighborhood. And then when it was burning, I was 11 and I remember the neighborhood. And so that rebellion impacted me. And I was also there during the East LA, so-called East LA riots, the Chicano moratorium against the Vietnam War, which ended up being a riot because the law enforcement attacked everybody. It started beating everybody up. I was one of the first ones they arrested. And you know, like hundreds that they arrested that day, they were let out after 2 or 3 hours. 5 of us cholos were kept longer. They wouldn't let us out. They put us in eventually juvenile hall, and then I was 16 years old. There was a 15-year-old. I think there was a 13-year-old. There was another 16-year-old. We were all teenagers, but then they took us to the Hall of Justice jail, the murderers row, which you're not supposed to be there till you're 18, but you know what I'm talking about. You know how justice is. And the reason they put us in there is people were being killed in that so-called East LA riot. And they claimed that we started it. So they were going to get us for the murders. Can you imagine this? For the murders of people that died in this rioting, including, unfortunately, the Chicano journalist Ruben Salazar. They were threatening us for charging for the murder of people like that. They kept us there day in and day out. I had a cell right next to Charles Manson, who was going to trial at the time. In my cell, the first night I was there, 2 big, tall guys were going to cut my throat, but I stood up to them because I had already been in the street. I wasn't scared of nothing, which is not a good thing, but that's the way it was. I couldn't show any fear anyway. They would know it. I could stand up to anybody. I'm a short Mexican, you know. It doesn't matter. All us short Mexicans, we proved ourselves always, you know, but it's not a good way to have to live. But I learned something when they eventually took me out in the middle of the night and pushed me out and said, no charges. I said, well, what happened? What the heck's going on? And I talked to Rosalio Munoz, who was the leader of the Chicano moratorium at the time, who thinks that it was the activists who took pictures of the people that actually were hurting people and film. At the time, Super 8 film, whatever it was. And they only showed cops beating up and killing people, including Ruben Salazar. So they really had nothing on us. I think he thinks that's why we were let go. But I learned something. I learned that it was my first political indoctrination without study, just being there. I don't know if you guys know, but Charles Manson was being taken care of. The sheriffs won't let nobody get him. You know how many people want to kill that fool? I mean, so many people. He was racist. He was bad news. They had him in a special cell. They had him in a blocked off, like a cell for mentally ill people. We were in regular bars. They were only let him out when we were behind the bars, and they were only let us out when he was in the cell. They protected him, but nobody was going to protect Luis Rodriguez. You understand what I'm saying? If I woke up that next morning with my throat cut, who would care? Charles Manson, the only white guy in a cell block of black and brown, was going to be saved, but nobody else. And I began to realize little bit that my life had no value in this world. As a brown man, as a Chicano, as a working class person, there was no value. And then I became to be active, studying, learning, but all the radical wing of the Chicano movement would save me. Save me because they gave me knowledge, they gave me imagination that a new world was possible. They gave me the tools that I needed to negotiate that world, to not go back. I was on heroin for 7 years, to eventually let that go, cold turkey, to eventually let go all the violence, to eventually stop the gang warfare that I participated in. And I regret it to this day, but I did. And then to give me a vision that a new world was possible and that I could be part of that I could impact it. That's what that movement gave me, and I've always carried that since then. And so all the struggle that we're seeing today, to me, is, it vibrates very deep for me. But I'm also in a very good space about it. I know that there's a lot of things going on, but I also am hearing the strong, coherent voices coming out of the struggle today, especially the young people. I'm listening to a lot of stuff. I'm home, I'm secluded, I'm not going anywhere. I can't participate in the protests physically, but I'm there spiritually, I'm there on Zoom, I'm there on social media, I'm supporting what's going on. My grandkids who are in their mid to late their 20s are going protesting, my daughter, they're out there, but I have to stay home. But here's my way of looking at it. I'm listening to all the voices. And I heard the coherency, the clarity. And you know, one thing about being educated is you learn to be clear. And to me, clarity is medicine. We go to this world with so much uncertainty. We don't know what's going on. We're fighting the world. But your education should be the opening to get clear in the world. We don't have to act as if we don't know what's going on. We can discern. Knowledge is power, but you got to be able to use your critical mind, your critical thinking, which is what I think everybody's getting. And I hope that's what they're getting, to say, I can discern these things. I don't have to accept what somebody like who's president of the United States or who's in Congress or who isn't. I can figure it out. That's what you got to learn. Because one thing that I learned from my mentors in the Chicano movement, they didn't save me in the sense that they were my heroes or Messiah syndrome. They gave me the tools, knowledge, connections I needed to save myself. And that's what I think this is all about. You find a way to get through whatever's going through, and that you could do this for the rest of your life. I've been at this now, as Anthony says, for over 50 years. I'm still in the struggle. I'm not going anywhere. I'm so-called retired. Do you think I'm retired? I'm not retiring, I'm refiring. I'm coming back alive. I'm being in the struggle in such a way that needs to be. And I want to be here as an elder. That means I'm not here to tell people what to do. I'm not here to control movements. I'm here to let that driving voices, especially the young people, push forward. I'm here to give them space. I'm here to hold that ground. You know what I'm saying, as an elder should. And if they need my guidance or whatever support, I'm there for that. And I have had young people come, okay, what should we do? Fine, I'll give them what I got, but it's their space. It's their importance to be valued for being able to open those doors. And we don't have to walk behind them, we walk with them. You know what I'm saying? Not in front of them, not behind them, with them. We're there with these young people. So I want to talk about, I just wanted to mention how important that is. I do think there's one other thing I want to add, and that is, I do a lot of, as people know, a lot of Native American, Native Mexican spiritual practices. I've been doing this for over 25 years. It was my way to get sober. I was on drugs and on alcohol for 27 years. I finally sobered up. Believe it or not, this month, at the end of this month, I'll have 27 years sobriety, about as much as I was when I was on drugs and alcohol. And the way that I went through it is to my Native, indigenous cosmology, spiritual ways. And so I got this from the Mexica ways, which we have a lot of with Tia Chuchas, a number of capulis, danza circles. We work with everybody in the Valley, but also all over LA. And also through the Lakota, I have to say, because when I was in Chicago, I did a lot of work there in Pine Ridge. I had elders there. We used to take gang kids from Chicago over there to do vision quests. We did sweat lodge, we did a lot of ceremony for them. And then 20 years ago, I was working with the Navajo, with the Dene in Arizona. And I took my wife, and one of the elders and his wife ended up adopting my wife, Trini, who is now a spiritually adopted woman in the Dene. And they take that seriously. That's their daughter. They have other kids, and they consider them all their kids. And so we've been very close to that. So I learned a few things, and I want to mention one thing. I also think we're all in a vision quest. This is the time. We're in a big ceremony, initiation, huge collective initiation. And it's asking us to find a vision for what we're going, to get close to an idea about what world is possible and how we can get there. It's both feminine and masculine. Feminine in that the imagination has to open up. We have to be imagining a better world. We have to be very clear about what that is. We can't accept the way that people try to shape it, and just block it in, or maybe partially give some of it. So yeah, some police reform, some of this. We're looking at the end of all that. We're looking that we cannot accept what other people say we need to do. We know that we can imagine a better world. And then the masculine comes in following the feminine. Feminine leads, masculine follows, comes in with how do you shape it? How do you realize it? And so I think from the Native Americans and my native roots, my mother's Tarahumara from Chihuahua, Mexico, so I'll always bring her in, that we're in this quest, and there's a quest in all our questions, and the questions have to do with what kind of world we're going to make, what kind of world we're going to build. And that's what I want to leave you with. I want to leave you that I want to be part of the world that you want to make. I want to be part of the world that you can imagine. I want to be part of the world that it's just for everybody. I want to be part of the world that you help shape. And if you need anything, call on me, call on Tia Chucha Central, call on all of us and say, hey, I'm not doing it alone. We're all in this. And it is predicated on Black lives. I'm okay with that because I know about our history, and I know how Black lives is the key that opens all our liberations. We're not forgetting about the kids on the border. We're not forgetting about the economic devastation. We're not forgetting about the climate poisoning, all of it. But the key is going to be that we make sure that Black lives matter and that they are able to survive and get the full justice that they need. That's the key that opens all the doors, and I'm for that. And I know that it'll encompass all of us. So I really want to leave you with that idea that go out and bless the world. Go out with what you learned. If you formerly incarcerated, my son did 15 years. We've been there. My son is blessing the world. He's a danzante. He's doing it his way. Is it easy for him? No, my son's going through hell and back, but guess what? We're standing by him, and he's struggling to find his character and his qualities, integrity, and his dignity, and I'm there with them, and I know that all of you are doing that too. The struggles you're going is hard, but guess what? It's not impossible to get through. We can all do it together, and I went whatever I've been through, my son's been through, we all do it, and so I just want to leave you with that. Go out there, bless the world, build a new world, dream a new world, and let's be part of it together. Oh, Mateo, muchas gracias, Latzo Kamati.
Mateo, thank you so much. Luis Rodriguez, thank you for being here. My heart feels your heart. I am visioning. I see this. I see the community that we're building and how it's part of a bigger community. And I am just so grateful for your words. It really spoke to my heart. So thank you. And I now have the honor of introducing the one and only Gabriela Solorzano. I have to say that this mujer has grown and changed me in so many ways. Yes, I'm gonna cry. You all know that I cry, and tears are vulnerable, and vulnerability is strength. So Gabby, I met her when I was a TA for an ethnic studies class that Dr. Francosa was teaching. And we had this little club that we had started up with a few of us so that we could feel comfortable and safe at PCC, formerly incarcerated and system impacted folks. There was a few of us, and Gabby heard about this club and she was all in. And I mean all in that she took over in a good way. She made space where there wasn't space on campus, and she hit the ground running. And even through like bumps and changes and all kinds of things, Gabby was there to support formerly incarcerated and system impacted students. And she was the very first advocate hired for the core program last summer before it even started. So like Anthony said earlier, the core program is here because of the work that this mujer has done. And I'm just so grateful to know her and so grateful to see all of the wonderful things that she continues to do for our community, even though she is miles and miles away from us. Her heart is still doing this work all the time. So with that, Gabby.
So hi everyone. I don't even know where to begin because I wanted to write a speech, but I was like, you know what? There's no point of that. It's gonna come when I feel it, when I'm here with everyone. I met Luis Rodriguez, like, was it 2 years ago, I believe, somewhat around there. And I even still have the book from Eastlake. Sorry, my earrings fell out, but I still have the book from Eastlake. I like snuck it out. It's all ripped and everything, but that book was the first book that I read when I was inside, and it really touched me. To my husband as well. When I had told him, guess who the guest speaker is, and he's like, who? Luis Rodriguez. He goes, tell him I read his book when I was in Eastlake. Like, he really touched my heart, and it's just so amazing. I'm so grateful to be in this space with you and with everyone else, because a year ago, me, Laura, Profe, we didn't know what was going to happen then. We just wanted this to happen, and this ended up becoming amazing and beautiful. And to know how many students are graduating from core, I don't know how many, but congratulations to all y'all, because if it wasn't for y'all, we would have not been here. It still would have not been continuing if it wasn't for y'all. So I'm just so blessed and so grateful. With the movement going on right now, I want to say, I have even texted my sister one time, and I told her, I was like, damn, because I have been a victim of police brutality. I ended up in Eastlake with my eye socket broken, because apparently I was resisting arrest, but I was already on the floor. So I told my sister one time, I was like, damn, imagine like it would have not just been them broken my eye socket, but imagine like I would have not been here right now. Like, how would have my mom felt? Because I remember my mom visiting me in Eastlake, and she almost felt like she passed out. And I had asked one of the staffs, hey, can you give my mom water? And they just looked at me, they didn't say nothing. And I asked another staff, like, hey, can you give my mom water? She looks like she's fainting, and nothing. And my mom's like, I'm okay, mija, I'm okay. She goes, what happened? And I was like, it's okay, like, don't worry about it. She goes, no, we gotta fight it. And I was like, nah, for what? I was like, we ain't gonna win this. Like, we're not gonna win this. Come on, you already know this. And I'm like, I just wanna do my time and I wanna go. I wanna get out of here. And yeah, I was walking around with a broken eye socket with my eye like shut off and just taking it in. And ever since then, I was like, nah, never again. Never in my life am I gonna have a police like literally touch me like that. And from there on, I never had love for police for that reason. And it was a journey for me. At the age of 12, me and my sister, we lost a brother due to gang violence. I felt like from there on, it just spiraled out of control. I thought that the neighborhood he was from, it was where I was gonna feel his presence. So I ended up going and affiliating with his neighborhood, thinking that I was gonna feel my brother's presence there. But unfortunately, it was just the demons, telling me to go over there to fall into destruction. So I was in and out of the juvenile system throughout my teenage years. Ended up in county. That was the last straw for me. My mom telling me like, what's gonna happen with you? I don't know one day if I'm gonna get that phone call that you're either gonna do so much time, or I don't know if I'm gonna get that phone call that you're no longer here with us. And I feel like that was the last straw. I ended up going to school, but it was hard for me at that time because I didn't have nobody. I didn't have that much support. And that's when I met Laura and I met the group. And from there on, I have a loud mouth. In the streets, I have a loud mouth already, but I knew that that wasn't the way to handle it. And when I met Laura, I knew that my loud mouth can get me somewhere, but in a positive way. And I still had that loud mouth, but Laura has taught me to be like, okay, well, wait, hold on. Like, I understand you wanna keep going and you wanna fight for everyone, but let's do it the right way. So I learned a lot of when to know, okay, this is the right time, I need to say something. When to know, all right, I'm gonna stop, but I'm gonna see what's going on and then I'm gonna speak up. And I learned a lot. And Adi, I want to say I'm sorry that you didn't have that support that you wanted when you were here, but you know what, you have it now. Just like every student. Yeah, you're not a student, but you're a worker, and now you can show them like, all right, don't trip. I didn't have that, but I'm gonna give it to you. You feel me? And I want to acknowledge you for that, because for me it was hard at first. I didn't have nobody, so I kept going. I felt comfortable being in the streets than being in school, because I didn't have that support. I didn't have that family that now I have, now that all of y'all have now. And now all of y'all can go somewhere else to university and be like, Core did this for me. They taught me this, and that. Okay, say no more. I'm gonna go handle it on my own. Because I know a lot of y'all feel nervous. I was nervous at first when I got here. I didn't visit San Jose State. I had nothing. I didn't know nothing about this city. I wanted to go to San Francisco State. But something in my heart told me, nah, you have to be here. And I came here, and then I was like, I don't want to be here. I don't want to be here. I want to leave. No, just give it a semester. No, I want to bounce now. What am I going to do here? I just found my community. I found someone that really supports me. Like, what am I going to do here? And then I learned, you're chingona. Start your community right there. Everyone has that ability. You're powerful in your own special way. So you, your own self person, you can make your own community. You can make someone else feel the way you feel. And from there, you'll create your own family. And from there, you probably ain't gonna wanna leave, Like me, I'm somewhat don't kind of want to leave here now, I did build a little community with my youth. And they've just been a blessing to me, and it's just been heartwarming. And I just want y'all to know that y'all are the greatest of them all. Y'all have so much potential. Y'all don't even know. Y'all are probably still wondering, damn, what am I doing here? How am I still handling this? Just like the phoenix, we die every second, but we rise up, just like y'all do. Every time someone drops y'all, just like the phoenix, y'all die. But then guess what? When you guys stand up on your, when y'all stand up on your feet, y'all rise up just like the phoenix does. And congratulations to my 2020. I love y'all. Thank you, Prophet. Thank you, Laura. Y'all just held it down. I want to appreciate all the counselors because y'all have not given up on none of the students, no matter what time it is. They need, can you tell me about these classes that are, y'all are still there for them. Mika, Olivio, thank you so much for still supporting CORE. I really appreciate, and CORE, the team, thank you so much. Y'all are holding it down for them. At the end of the day, I'm moving on. They're still there. They're about to spread their wings, but it's because of y'all. Much love to all y'all. Appreciate it. Bless.
Thank you, Gabby, for sharing your story and for your powerful and uplifting words. I think it was super powerful to have a PCC alum and a CORE alum, really talk to our students on this special day. Gabby is a prime example of the promise and impact that CORE scholars can have, right? From implementing programs on their campuses to transferring, like CORE scholars are the change and they are the future of our campuses. And so for all of y'all who are here, again, we're very proud of our CORE students, our CORE scholars, and all the promise that they have to offer. So throughout this school year, we've seen our students overcome a variety of obstacles, but yet they have triumphed through them with a lot of grace and humility. We are so grateful to have been a part of your life, graduates, and a part of your educational journey. And we truly cannot wait to see how you'll change the world, how you accomplish your goals and go on to, just continue to do great things. You have all really humbled us, and, I can really speak, I think I can speak on behalf of all CORE staff when we all agree that you all have taught us so much more than we could have ever taught you. But more importantly, you all have become powerful advocates, not only for yourselves, but for your families, for your friends, for loved ones, and really anyone else whose back you all have. Because if there's one thing I've seen from CORE students, it's that you all look out for not just yourselves, but for everyone that you care about. CORE students are the most selfless, the most powerful, and the most inspirational students I've ever worked with. We are also honored to recognize and congratulate our graduating students. So I'll go ahead and share my screen now. And so I just want to remind our CORE graduating students, that we will be allowing you all to share a few words if you would like. The names of the graduates will be read between myself and a CORE advocate, Ariana Resendi. So once we read your name and your slide, please feel free to unmute yourself and share your words. Out of respect for the other graduating students, please try to keep your words or your speech at about 2 minutes, just so everyone gets a chance to speak. So now announcing the CORE class of 2020. Our first graduating student is Zina Blamo, who will be graduating with an AA in transfer sociology. Zina is not here, not joining us, so I'll go ahead and move on to the next graduate.
The next graduate we have is Brittany Contreras, with an associate's in transfer in sociology, transferring to San Francisco State University. Brittany isn't here with us, but we congratulate her.
Our next graduate is Justin Curran, who is graduating with an Associate of Arts in Transfer in Sociology. I believe Justin is here. So Justin, if you'd like to say a few words.
Justin, where you at?
We'll come back and check in to see if anyone wants to say anything at the end.
Perfect.
And our next graduate is Mandee Duran, who is not here with us as well, but he's graduating and with an associate's in sociology as well. We congratulate you.
Our next graduate is Ambar Garcia, graduating with a degree in sociology and transferring to Loyola Marymount University. Amber, if you're here, please share your words. We'll come back to Amber.
Our next graduate is my girl, Letty. Letty, congratulations. She's getting an AAT in sociology, psychology, and social behavioral sciences. She's doing her thing. She's transferring to California State University, Dominguez Hills. Letty, if you can bless us with some words, I know you're here, girl.
Hi, Ari. I wanted to give a special shout outs to Ari, especially and Francoso and Danny. Throughout this year and last year of school, they have became like a safe home for me and a community, especially Ari and Francoso. And Danny especially. Danny came into my life in one of the toughest moments. And I really appreciate my core family taking me in, and especially Ari checking in with me every single day just to make sure I'm okay. I really appreciate my core family, and the safe haven that you guys have created for me is unspeakable. Like, I truly appreciate you guys. And that's it.
We love you. You're beautiful.
Thank you, Letty. Our next graduate is Daniela Carcel, graduating with a degree in sociology, psychology, and social sciences. And Danny will be transferring to California State University, Los Angeles. Congratulations, Danny. And if you're here, please go ahead. Sorry.
Sorry, I just want to say congrats, Letty. I'm so fucking proud of you. Like, we did this shit. Like, I love you so much. I'm so glad to meet you. Like, I'm so incredibly fucking proud of you. Like, you're the fucking queen. You did it. Shit, I'm gonna fucking cry. Like, holy shit. But no, I'm just really thankful for everyone I've met at PCC. I'm gonna still be here for my first community, and everyone else still on campus next semester, so don't even trip. Y'all won't miss me too much. But yeah, when I was 15 years old, I didn't picture myself making it past 18. My friends who are in the Zoom meeting right now, Kaylee and Lauren, my family, they were there. They know like the shit I went through, thinking I wasn't gonna survive. And now I'm fucking graduating. Like, holy shit. Like, I never saw this for myself. I didn't see myself graduating high school. I did it, and I made it all the way to college, and I'm gonna do more and work for my community, for everything. And it couldn't have been done up to this point in my college career without Laura and Anthony and Gabby. Like, they were the first people I met. So fucking amazing. Like, they saved my life. Like, Laura literally saved my life once by inviting me to her house for a study session. And I can't change it. Like, there's so many people in this chat I love. I can't even name them because this shit's gonna be like 20 minutes long for all the amazing things they've done. But I love them so much. I love y'all. Like, I'm so happy, and I love y'all, and I'm graduating, and I don't know what to say. I love y'all so much. And Anthony specifically, I always want to reach out specifically to you because you were there for me from the start. You're still there for me. You give me multiple opportunities. Like, I made a joke that I'm gonna get you a Father's Day gift because that's how much like I respect you and like see you as like a mentor. And like, that's for real. Like, anyone in here can tell you. You're amazing, and I love every single one of y'all. Thank you.
Congratulations, Danny. We're all so proud of you.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and thank you, Danny, for those words. Precious, precious words. Thank you, Letty, for those words. Just totally sincere and moving, and we're just so blessed to be a part of you all's community. We thank you, and we're humbled that you allow us to step in, so thank you. And we also want to congratulate Daisy Morales. She's going to be getting an AA in Natural Sciences. This girl has been through a lot. She's not with us right now, unfortunately, but she'll be back soon.
Our next graduate is Gavino Olivaria, and graduating with an AA in Engineering and Technology. Gavino, if you'd like to say a few words.
Yeah, I want to say thank you to the core family and the program. They did a lot for me coming in last year, and Anthony Francoso, you know, when I met him at Puente Mentors, he always stayed in touch with me, and he would always, you know, make sure that I was doing okay. And Laura, she was one of my former classmates, and she told me about the program last year too, to join, and I'm very grateful to have this support from them. And you know, I'm actually mourning the loss from my tia. She passed away last year, so last week. And so I want to honor her today. You know, my tia, my father, and my tío Ramon, tia Caro. They're all not with me here presently, but you know, I feel like they're with me spiritually, and they become my guide now and my ancestors. But yeah, I really wanna say thank you to Micaela. Thank you to the PCC family, Cynthia Olivos, to everybody here presently, to Luis J. Rodriguez. You know, I read his book when I was in 10th grade in Roosevelt High School, and it saved me from dropping out of high school. You know, I was thinking of dropping out, and in my English class, I had the chance to read that book, and it really redirected me in a different path. So I want to give a shout out to him as well. And thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Gavino, and congratulations again.
We also want to take the time to congratulate Frankie Portillo. She's getting an AAT in psychology. Frankie, would you like to say something?
Yeah, I just want to say thank you for everything that everyone has done for me. I've met so many people in this social circle, and I've gotten so many numbers and so much support. And I'm just really, really glad. You know, I've been down and out. I've been, you know, rock bottom, and I can't believe I am gonna graduate or that I graduate. I don't know. It's kind of surreal. But I met a lot of people along the way, and I met a lot of people in core, and I just wanted to say thank you.
On the contrary, thank you. Thank you so much, Frankie, for again letting us be a part of your community. And again, congratulations.
Thank you.
Our next graduate is Karina Paquirano.
Oh, that's me, guys.
Yes, graduating with an AA in sociology. Karina, take it away.
Hi, guys. Hold on, I'm trying to see if, can you guys see me? No, right?
Yeah, we can see you.
Oh, okay, sweet. I can't see myself. Anyway, so it's kind of a crazy moment because I'm currently at work. And I was just like, damn, how am I going to do this? This is stressful. I'm at work. But yeah, so I just want to pretty much, it's a very exciting moment. And pretty much I feel like this is just like the beginning of my journey, and still have a lot to accomplish. I want to definitely send a shout out to my sister and to my family and everyone that has, you know, been here to support me. Although I know I feel like everyone is like proud of my success, I feel like I still have a lot of work to do. But for sure, gonna still continue going. And yeah, just want to thank everybody who has been there to support me, even though it's been like a short amount of time. Cool, thanks.
Congratulations, Karina.
Thank you.
Yeah, congratulations, Karina. We appreciate you being part of our community. And get that hustle on, girl.
Thank you.
So the next person we want to congratulate is Randy Villegas. and they are getting an AST in Business and Administration. Congratulations, Randy.
I don't think Randy's with us, so I'll go ahead and go on to the next graduate. Our next graduate is Leslie Zavala, graduating with an AAT in Psychology, an AA in Humanities and Social and Behavioral Sciences. And Leslie will be transferring to obtain her degree in Psychology. Leslie, floor is yours.
Well, I just want to say thank you. Thank you to the whole core family. I just want to say that this journey has been amazing. I am grateful and blessed with all the friendships and the connections I've made through core. I want to thank Francoso. It was amazing having you as a professor in my sociology class. I thank you because most of my connections came through you, Jazz, Laura. I met Gabby, out there in San Jose. Thank you to Maritza, who helped me a lot throughout my process of appealing for universities. Thank you to Juan Pablo, who's here as well. I just want to say thank you. This journey has been amazing, and I'm just excited to see what the higher education has in store for me.
Thank you, Leslie. And I think I can speak for all of us when we say, the pleasure is always ours. We're always looking for ways to support our students, and when we get to have these celebrations, it makes it all the worthwhile. So congratulations again. We're all so proud of you.
And last but definitely not least, Andrew Zepeda Monroy, you are getting an AST in Administration of Justice, and we are so proud of you. Congratulations. I know that you're here if you would like to say something.
Yeah, so I first and foremost, I want to thank my family, my mom, grandma, and everybody for believing in me. Also faculty as well, Professor Francoso. Taking that Social 1 class really opened my eyes in a variety of topics that I wasn't aware of, as well as the programs that I've joined, as well as the whole the core faculty, Alex, Ari, Maritza, Randy, and everybody for helping me out, and especially Rohan helped me out a lot. It's just so surreal, I still don't believe that I'm graduating, but here I am. And I also want to give a shout out to the homie Jesse, even though he's at Berkeley. He still has time to reach out to me to help me out. But yeah, I just want to thank him. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Andrew, for your beautiful and kind and sincere words. And again, we congratulate you, and we look forward to seeing what you will do in the future. Justin is back in the house, and Justin, if you would like to say something, we've been waiting for you to say something. We'd love for a few words to be shared with us.
Oh, sorry. I've been having to go out of my house to do this, so I apologize for an inconsistent connection. But definitely my time with core, everyone here has been just a remarkable journey and truly a blessing. I've gotten to meet so many wonderful people. I got to shout out Dr. Francoso, Laura, Jesse, Jasmine especially. You all just welcomed me in with such open arms and truly just allowed me to share the space with y'all and build community. And so I couldn't just be more grateful than I am. And y'all are so inspiring, and just truly there would be days where we would just be talking in a given day that we're having a meeting and just talking about our issues at home or in our work lives or whatever the case may be. And it's just so powerful to know that your presence is so can be so well understood by others just by simply sharing your stories. And so I just need to appreciate and want to say thank you all for, you know, doing this work and always allowing me to feel so just like at home when, you know, a lot of times back at my home, it just hasn't been like that. And for a while, like, our parents are pretty crazy. And so it's been really difficult. And perhaps my number one supporter in all this throughout this whole time, just me, you know, watching me grow, you know, watching me just grow into, you know, a better scholar, a better person this whole time, just pushing me, always being there to support me, always giving me shelter, just allowing me to stay with her, always giving me so much love and grace and compassion. My girlfriend Emily, who's also here with us right now, has been just such a big person in my life who I am in debt to and could not say enough about. I'm so happy with the work that she's doing too. She's at USC right now studying communication and trying to get in contact with local artists to help them out. And so it's just been an honor and a privilege and a blessing to share all this space with you guys. And, you know, everything just to echo the same sentiments and words that Luis Javier Rodriguez spoke. And I'm 100% dedicated to that movement and to getting that and building this world that we know is just so close and within our reach, that I know that we can all like just make that space and imagine that world. And like he was saying, like, we have to really imagine that we just cannot allow others to restrict us in the way our thinking is in terms of what's attainable. So thank you all again for just sharing this space, and appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Justin. Thank you so much. And thank you for joining us in our workshops and dropping knowledge and just building community with us. We couldn't do it without you, and we couldn't do it without all of you. And thank you, Maritza, for joining me in announcing our core graduates. I speak for core when we say we are so very proud of you. You have overcome what others could not under normal circumstances. Despite COVID, riots, pain, you have overcome. We love you all so very much. Never let anyone tell you that you can't, because you have proved that you can. Now, we turn the mic to the one and only Randy and the one and only Alex to recognize our continuing students here at CORE.
Thank you to all the graduates for allowing us to be part of your journey. It is now with great pleasure that we also congratulate the students who are going to continue their journey with us at Pasadena City College. You are on your way and also deserve the recognition for your hard work and dedication. It is just the beginning of your academic journey. So if you would look around the room, this is the community you can count on and support in your journey. So without further ado, your continuing scholars. Avinish Ajugia. Megan Aragon.
Nathan Antecino.
Cecilia Batchman.
Miguel Beltran.
Alyssa Bravo.
Alexander Calderon.
Sydney Carreto.
Amy Castaneda.
Angel Castro.
Salome Colin.
Melissa Contreras.
Monique Corona.
Otto Arret.
Adrian Espinoza.
Lance Freeman.
Zin Gao.
Andrea Garcia.
Elida Garcia.
Juan John Garcia.
Leah Garcia.
Michael Garcia,
Moises Garcia,
Emmanuel Gomez,
Frank Gonzalez Campos,
Carlos Rudy Gonzalez,
Phil Hernandez,
Jasmine Lopez,
Eric Martinez,
Gregory Martinez,
Raymond McCusker,
Mildred Medrano,
Christian Chris Mendez,
Alex Murillo,
David Adrian Nunez Brenes,
Tamara Rios,
Lucy Roblendo,
Andrew Rodriguez,
Maria Serna,
Sean Thompson,
Jonathan Valdez,
Joe Vicario,
Robert Villanueva,
Carlos Cepeda. Congratulations to all the continuing scholars.
Congratulations.
So next we have Dr. Maris Tamayo, who will be announcing our scholarship winners.
So it's an extreme privilege to recognize the folks who are recipients of the scholarships. We have graduates and we also have continuing students who will be receiving these recognitions. And I just want to really take this moment to thank again the core staff for encouraging and supporting students through the application process and through all the work that you've been doing to very thoughtfully provide what Maestro Rodriguez mentioned as the tools, knowledges, and connections to have students share their stories in a good way and in a way that really speaks the truth of their experiences and is not exploitative or anything like that, but really is about finding these avenues, for example, a scholarship, to tell a piece of their story and to be recognized for it. And also to encourage the continuing students continue applying for these opportunities because they are absolutely there for you. And we have this amazing staff that is there literally at all hours of the day and weekend and night to support you through that process. So without further ado, I wanted to announce the names of the graduates who are receiving scholarships. Gavino Olivarria, Leticia Hurtado, Frankie Portillo, Ambar Garcia, and they're at work, Karina Vaquerano. Do some applause for them. And we also have continuing students who are receiving scholarships. And I will be announcing their names. And then for our scholarship recipients, if you could please jump on the mic for a minute and share some thoughts with us, we'd love to hear from you. So our first continuing student receiving a scholarship is none other than Jasmine Lopez.
Thank you. I appreciate this, and I appreciate every single opportunity that CORE and PCC has provided for myself and the community. I am honored to be a part of this community as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Jasmine. Our next scholarship recipient is Robert Villanueva.
Hello, folks. So I'm Robert Villanueva. I'm a formerly incarcerated student, and I'm grateful for you all, like being a part of my academic journey. I pretty much transferred the skills from being a homie out in the neighborhood to being a homie on campus. So I'm grateful for that. Like, you know what I mean? I have a safe place. So that's one skill that I transferred, is how to be a team player. And I learned that like through you all. Like I finally started to believe in the power of community in higher education. You know, there's a community I never had out there. Well, there's communities out there, but those communities, like, they weren't for me at the time, and I wasn't for them. I came to PCC. Next thing you know, like, I see like a lot of opportunity, a lot of doors opening. Like, one of the biggest ones is my freedom. I have some open cases right now as we speak, and because of me being at PCC a student and being a core member, like Equipo first, you know, it's keeping me out here, and that's something that I learned how to value now. Like, and that's my freedom. So thanks, you all.
Congratulations, Robert. Our next recipient is Miguel Beltran.
Hey, how's everybody doing? You know, I just wanna, you know, I don't even know what to say, you know, because it caught me by surprise. But you know, I mean, just thankful, you know, for the patience, right? The support, you know, for not giving up on me, you know, that means a lot, you know. It's been tough, you know, but just knowing that there is hope, you know, that I'm surrounded by individuals who really want the best for me, you know, because, how do I say it? Sometimes my ego gets in the way, you know, because I'm like, man, these guys are coming after me, you know, because that's the environment that we got exposed to. But at the same time, you know, when I cool down, you know, I'm like, you know what, this is for the better, you know. That's why I'm in this institution, because, you know, I want to be molded, you know, to the better version of me. So knowing by that, you know, and just hearing, you know, the people around me that mean everything to me by saying, you know, we've seen a positive change in you, you know, that makes me feel good. So thankful. Thank you.
Congratulations, Miguel. Our next scholarship recipient is Adam Torres.
Hello, everybody. Sorry for the delay. I just want to first off by saying thank you for the scholarship, and thank you for everybody who shared their story today. I really got a lot out of everybody's experiences, and really helped my perspective with everything that we have going on right now. So this also is just more motivation, more encouragement to just continue pushing, continue trudging at PCC, and continue with my education. So thank you.
Congratulations, Adam. Our next scholarship recipient is Tamara Rios.
Hi, everybody. I really haven't got to meet anybody in person because I joined CORE after we were already online, but it's been really like helpful and inspirational. And I never thought that like in college I would be able to find a group of people where, you know, that have been through like the same things I have. That was the last place I would have thought. So it's been really helpful, and I look forward to meeting like everybody in person, and that's it. And then the only person that I really have gotten to talk to is Ari, and she's been really great. And that's it. Thank you.
Congratulations, Tamara. Those were our first 5 recipients. We have 10 more. So our next scholarship recipient is Clifford Larson. And we'll see if maybe he swings back in or if he's able to make it. Our next scholarship recipient is Monique Corona. Okay, so we can all do some applause.
Hi, everyone.
Oh, there she goes. Yes, Monique, yes.
Thank you guys. I appreciate a lot just joining CORE, and having Miguel, one of our friends, brought me into it and saying that we can just join it. And it was really fun getting to meet everyone, mostly Ariana. She would help me a lot. She would come talk to me and see how I was doing, check checking up on me as much as I can. And it was just like, I'm thankful to have you guys as my second part of my family, because you guys are all amazing. Thank you so much.
Congratulations, Monique. Our next scholarship recipient is Rudy Carlos. They're not with us right now. We can just give them oh, they're
He's here.
Rudy.
No, I'm
there
here.
you go, Rudy.
I just want to tell everybody thank you. I appreciate this. It's a godsend. I want to thank Adi, Dr. Hatch, Dr. Francoso. It was a blessing to get to know you guys and be a part of CORE. And anytime I can help you guys out, also that I will reciprocate in any way I can. Thank you guys. I appreciate it.
Congratulations, Rudy. Our next scholarship recipient is Michael Garcia.
Hello. I don't know if you can see me, but I just want to say, all right, thank you. It's a great feeling to be, awarded a scholarship. It's going to be really helpful. So, I'm just really thankful for PCC and CORE. You guys have changed my life for the better, and just really grateful. Thank you, right?
Congratulations, Michael. Our next scholarship recipient is Emmanuel Gomez.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. I just want to take the time to thank you all for always encouraging us as core scholars to apply for that. Those scholarships are available. I'm not used to doing so. I sometimes get discouraged just because not used to receiving any of them, even though applying for them. It's just, it's all a continuous struggle, but this has changed my mind, and I hope that I can continue to receive your all, assistance and encouragement to be able to apply for more scholarships that'll help me transfer. My goal is to transfer to UCLA, but I don't want to pay them an absolute dollar. I want to pay it all with scholarship money. And thank you.
Congratulations, Emmanuel. Our next scholarship recipient is Eric Martinez. And so we'll give them a nice aplauso and go on to our next recognized person, which is Lance Freeman.
Can you hear me? Okay, so my name is Lance Freeman, and I am formerly incarcerated justice impacted individual, and this is my first semester back to school, to college, and I was introduced to the CORE program, which is helped to facilitate my acclimation back to academia. And I'd like to just thank all who were involved in that. And you guys know who you are. You guys helped me out a lot when I needed the help. But I learned that I needed to help myself in order to receive that help. And this scholarship will greatly help, very much so. And with that, I'll pass with that. I'm out with that. Thank you.
Congratulations, Lance. We have our final 3 scholarship recipients coming up. The next one is Frank Gonzalez.
Hey, what's up, guys? I just want to say thank you, and it's an honor to get this. It's an honor, and I just want to thank everyone that's helped me out and encouraged me. Just listening to you guys going to get your master's and your doctorates, it's extremely inspiring. Keep up the good work, because my background, I'm a recovering addict. I've been in and out of jail all my life, so it really feels good knowing that it could be done, and hearing you guys' story is inspiring. And thank you guys.
Congratulations, Frank. Our next scholarship recipient is Cecilia Bachman.
Hey everyone, thank you so much for that opportunity and to support me also financially, not just emotionally. I really appreciate it. Or became my family here in the US because my support program is thousands of miles back home. So I appreciate everyone who came in my life and supported me. Thank you.
Congratulations, Cecilia. And our next scholarship recipient is Philip Apolinar.
Hello, everyone. My name is Philip. I haven't had the pleasure of meeting a lot of you, but I have had the pleasure of meeting a few advocates for CORE, and that's what brought me to being able to participate. And I'm very honored to be here with you guys, and it's very inspirational to hear your stories. And I also want to say congratulations to all of the graduating scholars of CORE. Your stories are very inspirational. They inspire all of us continuing students at PCC and in CORE to continue our education. And, I'm very grateful and honored to be a part of this. And again, congratulations to all the continuing students for your accomplishments. And like I said, I'm very, very grateful. I'm very humbled to be able to receive the scholarship. Thank you for everyone. Especially shout out to Randy, shout out to Ari, shout out to my aunt Patricia Moya for pushing me to get involved in school and continuing my education. Thank you to all my family members, and most importantly, thank you to God for allowing me to be here right now and to even just be able to talk to you guys and hear your stories and share mine. And thank you, and God bless everyone, and good luck on your journeys.
Congratulations, Philip, and congratulations again to all of the scholarship recipients. Thank you so much, especially to our continuing students for sharing those very beautiful and inspiring words. And a special thank you to the Scholarship Selection Committee and to the donors who so generously provided these opportunities, many in very subtle and anonymous ways, which make it even more powerful, the work that's being done. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and pass the mic to a very, very valued and dear colleague and friend, one of the advisors for the formerly incarcerated Radical Scholars Team, or FIRST student organization on campus, Dr. Nicholas Hatch.
Thank you, Mika. We are getting close to the end, but it is my privilege to speak for FIRST, the formerly incarcerated Radical Scholars Team. That's not a word that I use lightly, but it is really one of the great true privileges of my life to be accepted into this community and to speak on their behalf just for a few moments here. CORE put a name to the work that's being done now on this campus that we are excited about and that we are celebrating today. But before CORE existed, that work was still being done. And I'm really greatly honored to call my colleague and work along beside a few people who were doing that work. Anthony Francoso, who was just recently celebrated a RISER Award winner for having done this work for nearly a decade now, and not often being celebrated for that. Congratulations to him. To Micaela Mares Tamayo, Doctora Mares Tamayo, she has quickly become my touchstone in this community. Luis Rodriguez spoke of clarity in education, and I look to her for that clarity. She says so often the words that I don't know how to say. Rohan Desai, right, who represents for me an example of a compassionate person, how to be compassionate, who works on the front lines with students, helping them figure things out. These three people in particular are advisors for this club, and I'm honored to work alongside them. And our newest advisor, Laura Hayes, whom I had in class at one point and now honored to work alongside, right, as a colleague and not as a professor. She really was the inception, right, for the club that we know as FIRST. I want to read to you just a little from their mission statement. Right? The formerly incarcerated Radical Scholars Team, collectively we strive to contribute to the prison to school pipeline by providing support and assistance to those students affected by the prison industrial complex in navigating through college in the pursuit of higher education. This club is for students with a passion for social justice and those who understand the grips of losing a friend or family member to mass incarceration and recidivism. We strive to serve the PCC community and student body, and as such, we will remain inclusive, equitable, and non-discriminatory. And I can say, having worked with the members of FIRST, that they truly do strive for those. It was also mentioned earlier, right, that one of the great indicators, right, of great leadership is that you don't know who the leader is. And I think the board of FIRST kind of represents that. There are 10 names, right, that I want to read, right? And despite my temptation to try to organize and structure this group and create subcommittees and all that sort of thing, they insist on a model of leadership from a large circle of people with no one person in charge. And I find that an honorable thing to strive for, and it's just really great. So a few of these names you will have heard, but I want to read them again because they are names that I want you to inscribe into your memories, because you will hear these names again. They are scholars, they are scholarship winners, they are graduates, they are activists, right? They are, as Gabby says, the loud voices, right, who are channeling their passions into the good work that we are doing here today. So I am proud to promote. I will be proud to vote for at all levels of governance in the future. I will be proud to be led by Jazz Lopez, Danny Kia, Cecilia Elena, Roberto San Pablo Villanueva, Jessica Mu, Katie Nguyen, Alejandro Ortega, Emmanuel Gomez, Nicole Mian, and Karina Vacarana Rivas. These are the board members of FIRST. These are the people, right, who provide the support and who provide the perspective, right, for me to be a better person. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. So I'm going to take the microphone. So I have to read because I wrote it down. I hope that it's okay. So in order to find the right words, I would like to start off by reading a quote by Angela Davis, where she once said, "I think the importance of doing activist work is precisely because it allows you to give back and to consider yourself not as a single individual who may have achieved whatever, but to be a part of an ongoing historical movement. Each of you, Laura Electa Hayes, Dr. Anthony Francoso, Rohan Desai, and Dr. Nicholas Hatch, put yourself last in order to support the FIRST Club and its members. You are mentors, advisors, supporters, and most importantly, the roots to our tree. We are blessed to have each and every one of you, and we want to thank you for the care you provide to our student organization to bring diversity and inclusion to PCC. Laura, you're a founder of FIRST, and even though last semester it was time for you to continue your educational journey and goals, you're always there for advice, support, and most importantly, help us to keep going. Francoso, all board members would agree that each of us came together because of you. You opened the door to FIRST for many, which meant that many found a community and support program at PCC. We are grateful for all your effort and support. Rohan, we appreciate your advocacy for our students. You're always just a phone call or text message away. You never hesitate to help us out or voice yourself to support us. We are grateful to have you as our advisor and mentor. And lastly, Dr. H, as much as you love planting seeds around campus, you're helping to plant seeds for our students. We are grateful for your constant drive to support our ideas and organize projects with us. Also, helping to bring the aquaponics system and more environmental justice to PCC, create for many members of FIRST a new safe place, which we are thankful for. We will be forever thankful for each and every one of you and can't wait what the future holds. We are proud to have the four of you as our support for every step we take. And with this, I want to give the word to my comrade, Jasmine Lopez.
Oh my God, that was so beautiful. Thank you, Cecilia. So yeah, my name is Jasmine Lopez. I'm honored to be sharing this virtual space with you all. I can say that this entire celebration has brought a lot of light and empowerment to our communities and who we are. It really signifies who we are and the dynamic that we all have with one another. So with that, I'll share a couple words on behalf of FIRST. FIRST has cultivated leaders, activists, and a family of resilient individuals. Thanks to all the original board members and all that have nurtured this community with a foundation based on care and justice. To our current board members, it has been the absolute best experience to organize and get to know one another in our own unique journeys. This is more than a club or an organization for formerly incarcerated, system impacted, and social justice allies. We are a student collective that empowers one another and rises together through the struggle. We are all growing into powerful and brave individuals thanks to the support and guidance from our core advocates, advisors, counselors, allies. A special thank you to Laura, Gabby, Francoso, Micaela, and the advocates that planted the seeds for CORE to be possible today. We would like to acknowledge the support and empowerment that you all provide for the formerly incarcerated, system impacted community of students at PCC. We are all grateful to share a space where we can be our most authentic selves while navigating higher education. We are the seeds that will continue to blossom into generations of active change makers. And with that, the revolution starts within us here today. FIRST stands with CORE to continue building, creating, and sustaining a future of equity and inclusive spaces. Thank you all. And I'll turn the mic over to Robert.
So, hello again. So I would like to acknowledge our advocates, Randy, Maritza, Alex, and Ariana, for their hard work, their encouragement, their empowerment. These four advocates, me personally, I met a lot. I didn't get to meet them right away off the top, because I was struggling with securing basic needs, going back and forth from court. But ever since I met these four individuals, they've always been there, not only for me, but for the whole core for the whole students of CORE, FIRST members, the students of FIRST, club members, and these four individuals. Not only do they empower us as students, but as persons. And I'm grateful for them. I'm grateful to have Randy, Maritza, and Alex and Ariana, and in my life, and our program for advocates for CORE. And I'm pretty much right now my brain's all scattered. There's so much I want to say, but I'm limited on time, and I don't know where to start, where to end. But I just want to acknowledge all four of you. You're highly appreciated, and you're loved and respected. And that's coming from not only from me, but from the CORE program and FIRST. Thank you.
Hello, everyone.
My bad, Emmanuel. Yeah. My bad. I would like to hand it over to my my fellow classmate, Emmanuel, my colleague.
I appreciate you, Robert. Thank you. Yeah, I just want to talk about, I first want to thank CORE, and I want to talk about FIRST Club as well. Sorry. It's been a very strange year. I thought it was a great year to begin until probably about mid-March. And I was empowered by you all, encouraged to be able to not only run for the AS position, but also, join the board of FIRST Club and be able to continue the legacy that, Gabby, Laura, Jesse, everyone who's been a part of it, Jasmine, Celia, Jessica, I think I saw in here, everyone who's tunes in to the meetings that we have on Tuesdays, whether it's a holiday or not, or checking in the board. And it was you all who inspired me and gave me a reason to try to speak up and voice that change that us as formerly incarcerated or system impacted or allies stand for, be able to speak up. And as a student, I have one professor who has always made it very clear that take advantage of my time as a student. Dr. West, he says that you are the most powerful as a student, and don't take it for granted, because once you graduate, it'll be a little bit more difficult to receive the assistance that you could get as a student. And I hope that Jasmine, Robert, and myself, and running as a slate for the AS board this year. Congratulations to Robert for running, Jasmine for running as well and being elected, and myself. I wouldn't be elected unless I had people vote for me. I hope that we can inspire others to do the same that Lauda and Gabby have done in the past, as well as Jasmine, Robert, and myself. And yeah, we'll be here again next year. And thank you to FIRST, thank you to CORE, thank you to all the faculty who has contributed. Most importantly, just simply listen. And thank you for your time.
Thank you all. Thank you so much. You know, this program would not exist without our students. And to see everything that y'all are doing, how you advocate for yourselves, how you advocate for each other. We're not the roots. Y'all are the roots of that tree. And we're just lucky to, you know, perch on it for a little while. So with that, we have a really special gift. Some of y'all attended our speaker series. Denise Carlos was one of our speakers, one of the lead singers of Las Cafeteras, and they have a special message for you. So I'm going to share my screen. We have a message from Denise and a music video that they recorded while in quarantine, and then a final message from Hector, who's another member of the band. So let me share that with you all.
Felicidades to the class of 2020 Pasadena City College. We are Las Cafeteras and we are here to celebrate you. All those core students who show us the spark of the lucha still existing in our communities. We want to celebrate you all for all the work you've done, not just in academics, not just in school, but also within. We see you, we are proud of you, and we celebrate you all today. We want to dedicate this song, Luna Lovers in Quarantine, to you all, because after all, there is no revolution without love. Las Cafeteras celebrates you, class of 2020. Thank you so much for all that you do for our peoples. Gracias.
Take
and come along with me down the river, singing this song. Won't you walk with me, Luna, through the park? Won't you walk with me, Luna, through the dark? Won't you take my hand, help me understand? Won't you take my hand, walk me through your land?
This night will never ever end. Maybe we can be more than friends. Tell me words of truth and mystery. Hold me here inside this memory where the grass is green and the sky is high. Won't you tell me tonight that you won't say goodbye? And we'll fly, we will fly, Luna, through the sky. We will fly, Luna, through the sky. We will fly, Luna, we will fly, Luna. I do, I love you. I do, I love you. I do, I love you. I do, I love you.
Class of 2020, felicidades. 20 years ago, I graduated from high school and the world was supposed to end because of Y2K. And you know what happened? It didn't. We survived, right? And so I'm encouraging y'all to let you know that change was happening back then and the world is changing now. But for y'all, the world is just beginning, right? Bruce Lee says, with change, you gotta be like grass. You gotta stay grounded, but go with the wind, right? When times are good, keep going. When times are hard, and times will get hard, you keep going because change is inevitable, but growth is not. So I want y'all to keep going and keep growing. Congratulations, class of 2020. Go out there and change the world.
Right on, everyone. That concludes the celebration, but I just want to say I'm so damn proud of each and every one of you. I'm so damn proud of all the graduates that are going to be going forward, making change in the new institutions. I'm so damn proud of all the folks that are continuing. We see you, man. We see the struggles. We see the everyday realities. Thank you for letting us be such a small part of your overall journey. Thank you for letting us be a small part of your lives. If we can do anything to support you, the core staff, the core advocates, we are all here. This is what we do. We're here to support. None of us could do this without community. And it's all about community, y'all. And hopefully this celebration is kind of an exemplification, if that's even a word, of what community is. We need to stand together. We need to stand side by side. We need to keep moving forward. If we fall back, we need to keep pushing each other up. We need to uplift each other. We need to keep, right, checking in on one another. It's community. And right now we all have this community here at PCC, and it's an honor and a privilege to be a part of it as you move forward. As Gabriela said, the community that we have here now, you can build wherever you go. And you need to be thinking about what and how you are going to build that community, because community is what gets us through. Community is what feeds our soul. Community is what empowers us. Community is everything. And I am blessed beyond words to be in community with you all. And you all know that whatever you need from me or from any of the advocates here, we have you. And you all need to know that if, you know, you all have the ability to reach out to each other as well, right? We can all serve as each other's resources. And that's what a community is. So congratulations to all y'all. I'm so proud of you. Everyone unmic yourself and like say, and just like scream, holler, hoot, whatever you do.
Congratulations, everyone. You're awesome.
Congratulations. This is community, right? And it's been so quiet because we've been respectful of everyone's time and ability to speak, but it's all about just us and making the noise and creating this community in this way. One more time, y'all. Loud as hell. I want the neighborhood. Oh my gosh. I love and honor you all. It's a privilege. Thank you so much. Thank you everyone for hanging out with us for 2 hours and 9 minutes. I know it was a long celebration. I really appreciate you. I was scanning the room. Everyone was there. Everyone was present. Everyone was listening. I really appreciate that. Thank you for showing up for our community, for our students. Thank you. Till next year, keep moving. We got this. All power to the people, y'all. Be three to stay strong. We'll see you all soon.
Love you guys.
Besos,
Take care,
los
everyone.
queremos.
Take care, everyone. God bless.